Okay, so I'm going to put into gallery of speaker mode, and then I'm going to mute you, and I'm going to uh, add. Oh, it's already I've pinned. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to explain exactly how to get rid of stress and still create a success. So success, whenever you want success, everybody wants success. But when you want success really badly, that is the thing when the stress starts creeping up. Second thing is that if your goal is very big, then the stress is more. If you have a handicaps mean not only physical handicap, but that if you have got, if your resume is not up to the mark to as compared to your other competitors, then you are at a disadvantaged situation. In that situation, when you demand a huge success, you need you know that you have got had drawbacks, handicaps, and things like that, and then you want that particular thing very badly, then the stress can happen with a lot. And especially when the success you want is critical to your life. When it is critical to your life means if you don't get that, it is going to create a huge transition into yourself and your family. Then there is uprooting the whole thing. So that in the such situations, the stress is tremendous. And especially in young people when they don't have that much of a backing in your savings and things like that, and everything is invested. Whatever you have is invested, and it's not like you cannot get it out immediately. It's not like liquid money. So when you have no liquidity, then it is a big problem. Liquidity, you don't have a liquid assets in the bank, in the cash or in the bonds or something which you can sell immediately. And so when it is not like that, when you have got fixed in investments everywhere, scattered, however rich you are, you know that there is lot of stress. So we need to make sure that we have got to create success without stress, and there is a formula for it, and it is works 100% of the time to reduce stress and create a success. It will create. So whether you take the stress or you don't take the stress, the success will depend upon other factors, whether you are getting it or not getting it. It will, but the stress is part of it, is something you can control. And actually, by doing that, you can increase your chances of getting a success. And the help you are needing very badly from metaphysical realm. So not this world, but from somewhere else the help has to come, because you might do everything that in your hand, but whether you get success, get the fruit or not, it is in somebody else's hand. Means, I mean, I would say it is in God's hand, or higher powers hand, to give you success or not. Of course, our belief is that it could be purva sanchit, prarabdha, karma, all these things, they matter. And whatever you brought in this life, you have to suffer. Whatever you brought in life, you will get automatically, and things like that. So those things do matter. But then it is possible to create a connection with Almighty Lord, and it is possible to create conducive atmosphere for the help to arrive from somewhere else. And when you create such situations, actually your life will start getting better and better without you knowing it. And actually always the money will come from somebody else's pocket. Money always comes from somebody else's pocket. All the success you will get, whatever success you want, you only so few things you can do on your own. But unless you get help from somebody else comes into your life and shows you how to do it, or somebody else comes in your life and becomes your customer, for example. Only then you will get money, or pays you in your job, then only you will get money. Somebody else has to come from somewhere else. So that somebody else is sent by Almighty Lord. I'll tell you how. Okay, so first of all, to do that, you have got to, this is a 5-step process you have got to follow. So this, if you do this 5-step process, your success is becomes very easy. So the 5 steps I will first define, and you go by that mantra in the day and all day. So, but this mantra is a long mantra. So to do that, you have to just sit down and contemplate like that. But as you are going along, you can choose one or two of these things and keep repeating in your mind. That doesn't take time. Like mantras could be long mantra or a short mantra. So the same affirmations could be a long mantra when you can sit down and imagine and do that, or it could be a short mantra to keep repeating throughout the day. Okay. So I will tell you the long mantra first. Long mantra is like this. There are 5 steps. One thing is that you have to say, not say, you have to believe. And in each one, I'm going to explain more about it. So, first of all, I believe in God. Second thing, I trust in God. Third is that God is acting through me, I am doing it. Fourth one is it is happening. And fifth one is it will happen. So these are the 5 things. I can say them again. I believe in God. I trust in God. It is, I'm doing it. God is doing through me. Or God is doing through me. I'm doing it. And the fourth one is it is happening. It is happening. And the fifth one is it is going to happen. So these 5 steps will create everything that is conducive for a stress-free success. So I'll first elaborate into each one of them a little bit, and then I will go for a short mantra to repeat. So when you are sitting quietly like this, you know that you have got to take, if you are doing it for 5 minutes, so if you have 5 minutes or 10 minutes in the day, so then you have got to dwell into each one of them and actually understand what each one means. Then and finish the meditation. Whereas while you in the day, while you are on the go, you have got to repeat. I will tell you what you have to repeat. So then that repetition will create a meaning for it. So basically, what you do is that when you're sitting down contemplating, I believe in God. So you understand what is meant by believe in God. Believe in God means, I'll tell you what believe in God means. Believe in God means, I will tell you that also I have created a formula to remember. So a long, long time back when I was in, like 25, 30 years back, it dawned on me. So I believe in God means God exists. First of all, God exists. God is omnipotent, all pervasive, beyond time and constant. He is right here. He is the creator of this universe. He created matter and energy. He created matter and energy. And then he fused it together. And when he fused it, matter and energy, everything on this material world, or everything, including the stars and everything, was created. When after that, he infused himself inside the matter and energy, and life was created. So he infused himself inside his own creation, and life was created. Life is, that's me. I am life. So uh, up to this is I believe in God. So I believe in God means God exists, God is omnipotent, all pervasive, beyond time and constant. He is everywhere. And he created matter, energy, he fused it together. Every whole universe was created. And when you infuse himself inside these all molecules and energy, life was created. And that's me, basically. So he is infused inside myself. So that's number one belief. That you have to believe that he is right here and he's right here and he's right here. Okay, next. I trust in God. So I trust in God means God is omnipotent. When I communicate with him, when I acknowledge him, when I thank him, And when his blessings are showered on me, he's going to do things for me. So he's going to do the things for me, and I trust him like my brother, like my father, like my mother. That that when I tell my mother that do this for me, she will do it for me. No matter what. Or my father or whoever I have had contact with so far, what are trustworthy people. So God is the most trustworthy worthy this thing, that because we are his children, and he will always be supportive when we see, even the child, even the child, if he is abusive to the parents, parents will not trust him to do anything. Even if the abusive children, the parents will not leave their inheritance. They will give to somebody else, but they will not give to their children. So the children have to behave and be respectful and thankful to dad for giving everything they have, basically. So the same way with God, when you're first thing you've got to be thankful to God. So when you pray, to start praying, don't ask for anything first. God will give you everything, but first be just like we are creating human relationships. Human and God, there is no difference. Whatever you are saying, He is always saying yes to it. So, but for that, first, you have got to be thankful to God for everything you have. Everything that includes this life, this you got good parents, you came up to here, or whatever you are getting, food, you are getting shelter, you are getting everything. That for that, you have got to first thank the God up to the sincere level. That's number one. So, and then you have got to trust the God, means that for God, you have got to trust in two ways. First of all, you have got to trust that if the God wants something to be done, He can do it anything. Within 2 minutes, within few days, you will become multi-millionaire and whatnot. That He will pour into your this thing. तो जब भगवान देता है तो छप्पर फाड़ के देता है. So it is like that it is for him, to just and if he doesn't want to, he is not always good. God, you are got to be afraid of God also. God, as much powerful He is, you are got to be afraid of Him. Because if He does, everything gone. एक second में सब जा सकता है. And that you have got to be so fearful of God. It is not only trusting, is not only only positive. You have got to be fearful of God also. Our religion is not that much for it. That. But in Christianity, it is very much of the fear, that it's, and in Islam also. The fear is there of the God, that you have got to be fearful of God, that if you are not doing right things and things like that, there are certain things you have got to be fearful of God, and you should be trusting the God when you are doing the right things. You should be trusting the God that you have done everything right, the way you have decided, you trust the God, He is going to do good to you, and he can do a lot. There is no problem about that. So you trust in God. Next thing is that, so you make him in charge of everything. You go everywhere. You are doing it because you tell the God that you are doing it. I'm opening the knob. For example, extreme examples. But anything you are beginning, you tell the God that I'm beginning. I'm starting this now, right now. Just inform him that you are starting this project. I'm every 45 minutes, 1 hour. I'm starting this. I'm starting that. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So keep informing him what you are doing. Next thing, I'm doing it. I'm doing it means I'm doing it. When you say you're doing it, your God is actually doing through you. If you are so much connected, the God is doing through you. You just perceive that, that just keep doing it, just like what you think. He is going to put whatever thing is necessary to be done. He will tell you. So when you believe in God and trust in God, just like I tell you, God is going to start telling you what is good for you. And when does He tell you? He doesn't tell you. Of course, He tells you all the time. He tells you all throughout the day. But there are certain times when He'll tell you specifically. And those times are decided by the ancient, since ancient times. There are times in the day which where when the mind is taral. The name of the आपण मराठीत त्याला taral म्हणतो. Taral means subtle. The English word is subtle. Make your mind subtle. Subtle means it is uh, gone into, there is a state of mind which is conducive for getting messages from outside. So you are not thinking anything, you are just existing. So there is a meditation called, that, what is it called? Not expand the vision. In that meditation, basically, you are not focusing on something. We are used to constantly, we are trained since childhood to focus on something, focus on something, focus on something, focus on something. This meditation is defocus. Defocus, I forgot the words for it, but basically what you do is that when you are doing that meditation, even with your eyes open, you bring everything in your perspective. You don't want anything, you don't want to do anything, you just want to exist. And you just bring everything into your consciousness, mind, consciousness. So yeah, it is called open gaze meditation. Open gaze means you don't look at something, you open the gaze and you just look everywhere at the same time and you just exist. You take everything that is coming on at coming cues which are coming. So there is a form of meditation when you can do while you are resting also, and that is focusing on different parts of the body. But open gaze and different parts of the body is two different kinds of meditation. So let's not mix them together. But it's a practice in which you're making your mind taral. Taral means subtle. And especially when you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, when the sleep is completely over, and you have slept nicely and all throughout the night, and you just wake up at night, you go to the bathroom, you come back, and you're lying down in the bed, and suppose some thought, you have to recognize which thought is coming from your fabrication of your own deductive thinking. Deductive thinking means there are two kinds of thinking. One thing, we are used to deductive kind of thinking means using logic, left brain. So whereas right brain is creative type of person. That means that if somebody is painting, somebody is doing this thing, any artwork, for example, that some abstract thing is you're bringing out of nothing. In that, there is a right brain is functioning. So you have to shut off the left brain, deductive thinking. When you do this, that will happen. When that person says this, he is like that or like that. So deductive thinking, when you stop, abstract will start coming out. At that time, so when that time, that something will come in your mind, and you will feel that way that you have got to do this. So it is an innate feeling, that I get a feeling that I should do this. Not like it is not exactly logical. There are two things, you can do: apply for this job or that job. Who is going to help you? All these things, that then suddenly you are working on something, and then suddenly you feel that if you do that today, that will work out. So then you those things, you have got to, they will start coming, these things, when your mind is thorough. So the way to keep a watch for that kind of a thing coming to your head, when your mind is quiet and what's coming in this thing. And then you can create action plan on how to do it and things like that on that one. So uh, uh, so basically, we were on action. I'm doing it. So you are acting basically when you are doing it. Already your plan is ready. What to do next day? Don't do everything on the day. Time management is very, very, very important. You have got so many projects going in the day, family, everything, health, all these things, that your time management is very important, that you spend so much time in doing this and that, and then forget about that and move on to the next thing. So in that, your already plan has got to be there the previous day or in the morning, that you are going to do these certain things. First things first. Seven Habits of Highly Effective People is, if you read, that's very good one. One of them is first things first. You know that put off fire thing we are doing, the first thing, emergencies. But also there are things, which are important, but they are for long term benefit. Those you have got to spend some time doing them, and nurture your relation, nurturing the relationships for future use and things like that. So your time management, you're doing it. And the next thing is, it's happening. Last two things will reduce your stress. So if all the time you have got to keep telling that I'm doing it, it's happening. I'm doing it, it's happening. I'm doing it, it's happening. So this is the short mantra. Short mantra is, I'm doing it, it's happening. I'm doing it, it's happening, it's going to happen. If I'm doing it, it's happening, it's going to happen. I'm doing it, it's going happening, it's going to happen. I'm doing it, it's happening. That will reduce the stress from your this thing completely. You know that when the hope, it creates hope. And positive thinking is nothing but hope, creating hope. Man lives on hope. When there is no hope, hopelessness will create despair, depression, sadness, grief, everything, and the whole cycle will start. When there is no hope whatsoever, suppose, and when the despair comes is that you have lost something badly. If you have not lost anything badly, God bless, you never face this situation. But there are people who have lost things and they have gone to the ashes. But there are people who have gone to the from ashes, they have risen to even higher than the previous this thing. That ash, like a phoenix. They have risen from ashes. So there are people like Sears, for example. He became bankrupt five times before he started his Sears venture. Completely bankrupt, nothing to eat in the house, kind of thing, almost. These people live on hope that next time I'm going to be successful. So you have got to remember that you have got to make sure that you keep your hopes completely alive. That even if there is an obstruction, no path of success is a straight line. It is always bumpy. There is nobody will succeed in the life without any bumps in it. So every bump you're got to make sure that you take it into perspective, either to convert it into a stepping stone or bypass it. So you have got to immediately recognize the obstruction, and obstruction you have got to imagine immediately as a road to success. Obstruction is the road to success. Obstruction, when you come, you are on the right path. Without obstruction, you are not on the right path. The moment the obstruction comes, you have got to climb onto it, or you have got to bypass it. So obstruction will come, but you have got to make sure that you trust in God, and you have got to make sure that you have to have a saburi as well. Shraddha and saburi, very important thing. So you believe in God, trust in God is shraddha, and then when you start doing the things, the saburi starts. Saburi means patience. Patience is a virtue. After all, there is nothing in our hand to be other than patience. Like, for example, karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kanachana ma karma phala hetu bhur mate sanga akarbani. So that means that you got to make sure that your fruit is not your right, to get. You are right, you have right to do work. That means that you are assigned to do something. So whatever you are doing now is assigned to you by God. You don't have a right to do anything. You're assigned to take care of those five properties or whatever you have got. That work was assigned to you. You're assigned to do that, so that so many people get to live in it, and so many people live out of it. Of you buying those properties. So the builders, everything, whole economy keeps going because of you. You have taken the risk of buying that house, but you are supporting the whole thing, whole structure, basically. So uh, coming back to the point is that when you are doing things, when you are when the God is doing through you, you've got to keep the plan what you are doing in the day, and you have to use the Pomodoro technique. If you know Pomodoro technique, Pomodoro technique is 25 minutes of work and then 5 minutes of break. Or you can modify it. How many minutes? So normally I use 40 to 45 minutes, 50 minutes of work at the computer or meeting or whatever. But it doesn't matter if it goes longer, but I will immediately close it and I will take a break. I will take a break. I have got chess game going on in my on my this thing. I will go play from both sides. I will go and make a move on that side, and then next time I'll put this thing on the other side, and then I will do the move from the other side. I'll just move on. I'll take move one move. I'll make. I'll go somewhere. I'll hit the balls in the golf balls in the backyard, or I will do anything. I'll fix something in the garage. I will do something in the garage, or if I'm feeling stretchy, I will stretch, because of running or something. If I pay attention to the body, but clear your mind for 5-10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, and then come back and do the work. That works so much better. Your mind will become thorough, your productivity will improve. That's a Japanese technique called Pomodoro technique. You might have known about it. So even in the long meetings and things like that, take a break, 2 minute break, 5 minute break, go to the bathroom and do this. Okay, when you go to bathroom, okay, I will give you a technique. If you are in the long, very stressful meeting or interview you have gone to, and you are waiting for the this thing for interview, and the interview is about to happen inside, you're sitting waiting for the people are going, whatever, situation is like that, and your tension is building up. For example, we have experienced that in our long oral exams, which are very critical for us to pass. If not, we cannot come here to America and things like that. So that time, how to reduce this thing and create a focus when you are this thing, you can't be showing that you are afraid of the oral exam, that they're very critical for. So what we had discovered, this was with my friends also. A friend of mine told me this method. Okay, what he did, he went to the bathroom. Okay, he went to the bathroom and he created the exact scenario of the sexual climax in the body. So what he did was that he created complete tension inside the body. He created totally a tight situation in the body, and then he relaxed completely. He relaxed completely. So just like the yawn, which I told you, you can use the same physiological thing for relaxation or oxygenation. Same thing you can do to relax. So when the muscles of the body relax, your mind relaxes. When your mind is tense, your muscles become tense, tight. So when you create that tighten, whole muscle tighten and relax. You can do it in the bathroom without any this thing, without any hesitation. And just do it, just do 3, 4 of them and take deep breaths and yawns and this, that. Your blood pressure is down, you are back to this thing, and you are absolutely stable when you're going into the interview or whatever like that. So that is immediate stress reduction. Okay, so we are doing it at this thing, and then it's happening, and it's going to happen. So what you do, the last part I am on now. So what you do at night time is that when you are doing the contemplative meditation at night, what you do is when you at night, you have to do the planning and the contemplative meditation. Planning will come automatically. Most of the planning is already done. Most of the thing, what you are going to do following day. It's not a big deal. Too much time you don't have to spend. Okay, so at night what you do is that you do few things. First of all, don't think about the obstacles you face today. You know that all we do is that what is the problem today, what was sticking in my work, like that I was told to do this project and I cannot solve this software problem. How can I get rid of it? And so many people, two three people are working with me, that person is not working with me adequately, or if you are in a management position, you have got to get the work done from somebody else, and the superiors are telling you, get the damn thing done. Otherwise, that's your responsibility. I don't know anything about it. You get that done, and you are not getting enough help from the people. They are not putting so much work, things like that. You are trying to get at the root of the problem, and you are not able to find because the technology is not developed, things like that. And so you cannot do everything. So those things are keeping your mind occupied all the time. So you have got to not bring them back into this thing, into night contemplative meditation. So those things, you have got to, as much as possible, shut it. How we do it is by bringing the things which went with you, like what was successful, how did you get successful today in every project area, because it's not your software glitch is your only problem. It's not only your only problem, there are many other problems which are looming in the house. Somebody is not well, their relationship problems will be there, or this problem, that problem will be there, whatever other problems are there, that there might be things going on good in some things. Remember those. Remember those things, that which are this is going on good, that's going on good, that's going on good. My the apartments are, the houses are being rented. I'm happy about that part, that I don't have to pay the mortgage, while there's no renter in it, and things like that. Whatever is going good, you just bring it into your mind and then be happy about it. Be happy about everything you got so far and forget about what happens nature. So keep feeling happy about what you have got. Keep feeling happy about keep counting your blessings. Keep counting your blessings, that you have got this, there are so many things I can enumerate. Especially, that your relations, if you're loving into loving relationship, that's the biggest blessing on the earth. So if you are in the loving relationship with someone, that's the biggest blessing, count on that blessing. That thank you, Lord, for sending such a wonderful person in my life. And then my life is become so easy now, so I can talk to somebody about it and I can share my feelings and things like that. So that is very important. Think that you've got beautiful children and they are so nice and all those things. Count the blessing. Count the blessing. There are many blessings in our lives which we can count. When you sit down for meditating at night, contemplate that, count the blessing. Then you will lead up to the sleeping time. Don't keep watching television for at least an hour afterwards, and don't watch violent movies, stressful movies, and things like that. That it's a fun watching and things like that, but you have to be discriminating about that, because whatever we see or in the day and put inside our mind, same things will keep coming up in the different way. It's okay once in a while, we have to live, but that if possible, like I have given up those things. I've just watched nice things on the television, like Young Sheldon, or serials like that. So I do occasionally like to watch serials like Miss Adrenaline was my latest thriller, which I watched a Spanish serial. But uh, you have to bear in mind that that affects your mind, especially watching the politics, reading the politics, or what's happening in the world. They will paint the picture of, hey, this is happening, hey, that is happening, hey, atom bomb is coming. All these things, all these things, they'll say that fear, to create fear. The fear mongers, that it's going on in Ukraine, they are doing that much, in Israel they are doing this and that, and you take sides. you are on the side of Israeli or Palestinian, and it is like a cricket match. You when you are on the India side, you know that you don't like Pakistan, and when you are Pakistan side, you don't want the India to win, at all, and then you create passion. So same thing is happening in the world. That everybody is becoming polarized, and you take sides, and then you get passionate about it. Oh, they did this too. Palestinians. Oh, the Israelis are saying that Palestinians have been doing this for so long for us, whatever, all these things, and then you get sucked into it, the politics. So politics, that you should take it as a the game, the complete game, like a cricket game, like that's going on. If the atom bomb falls, it doesn't matter. Everybody is going to die. It doesn't matter. In 2 minutes, everything is over. So you don't have worry about atom bomb and things like that. North Korea is going to send this and that and things like that. Whatever is happening, what can you do about it? If you can't do anything about it, you buy it as well. Have fun today. So don't get into sucked into politics. Don't read politics. If at all you get into politics or think about politics, don't take any sides in your mind. That who knows who is right, who is wrong, what is going on over there. Who knows. We are just thinking what media is feeding us. We are thinking, oh, that guy is good, that guy, and we choose the media of this thing. So politics completely out of this thing. Hatred, just stay away from all the hatred. All the hatred, don't creating in the mind, that don't create hatred about anybody on this earth. So just stay, not your game. I don't know anything. I'm not taking sides of this side or that side. I'm just watching. I'm the observer. It's a Sakshi Bhav, what they call it in our philosophy. Just look at it, उगी राहावे आणि पाहत राहावे. तुकाराम महाराज म्हणतात तसं. So you just watch it. Everything, will be witness in the world. So you are not taking any sides or anything. Whatever happens, it is happening. You are not doing anything about it. So just mind your own business in this world. And then the last thing is um, it is going to happen. Again, this is a hope thing. That it is going to happen means you trust in God so much that it is going to happen. It is not like it is impossible not to happen. If the God is almighty and if he is with you, it is impossible that it will not happen. If it doesn't happen in this life, it will happen in the next life. That's the beauty of our this thing. That the continuum of life. So it is going to happen. It is whatever you want is bound to happen. 100% is bound to happen. Think like that and go to sleep, and you will sleep nicely. So this is the end of my talk to you today. I'm going to stop recording here. Okay, Sandeep. Thank you for listening.